Two folks working on it from the Men's Garden Club, Mark Snyder and Steve Shotwell. Welcome back to the show, guys.
Nice to see you again. Here. Yeah. What is this, our 9th time maybe on here?
I think just this year.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think this is our 9th year that you've been helping us get this thing going.
Oh,
yeah. We appreciate it.
It's a great event.
It is.
Mark's been here for the Home Builders Show, and Steve, of course, the County Commission and Miller's Shoes. So, yes, you're a frequent guest, and we love having you.
Frequent flyers of the bar haulage.
We stop by to get our mail. Is what it's about.
Now, Saturday, you guys, you've got several garden groups and sponsors teaming up.
We do, yeah. This is a collaboration that Steve and I started many years ago, and the idea was to have a lot of the different gardening entities around town get together and have an event for the whole community. And Steve was able to get us hooked up down at the fairgrounds, down at Keeley Park, and we'll be in the big animal barn on the north end off of North Street. And we, so far, at least in our case, we've got about 12 truckloads of stuff that we brought in from the Career Center. These are plants left over from their sale. And our proceeds from those will go to the kids for their scholarship fund. And the Master Gardeners are going to be there, of course, as always. We'll have the Jackson Garden Association. Vince and his family will be there from his nursery out in Manchester, Windy Rock Farms. Lori Fitzgibbons will be down with the Soil Conservation District. We've got a lot going on.
So it'll be a good experience all day, and we have a couple of very avid, enthusiastic gentlemen that love to explain to kids how to garden. We helped the Y Center with Arbor Day and actually gave away flowers and plants there and taught kids how to put them in pots so that way they can have their own tomato plants all summer long on their parents' patio. So yeah,
it'll be fun. We like to encourage this, Bart, as a family event. We want people to bring their children down and expose them to this stuff. There are lots of plants like these that we have that various people in our organizations dig in their own yards, as well as all this material from the Career Center.
What are these plants that you brought in?
Well, we have a hosta here that was originated, I understand, by Dr. Jim Wilkins, and I think Clarence Owens might have had something to do that.
Hostas Kings.
Yeah, these are quite famous. They're called Crusa regals is the name they gave them. They're beautiful hostas, and we have a few of those. This tree is a seedling of a Korean dogwood, what's known as a Cornus Crusa. And with our native dogwoods being under the pressure they are from all the diseases that are attacking them, these make a nice alternative, and they're a beautiful tree, and they bloom for a good part of the summer. So we enjoy having those around.
Now, both of you guys are avid gardeners, and your yards are beautiful, and you share. That's part of what the clubs do when they have this event, that you share pieces of your plants.
Yeah.
Well, pieces of our plants, but also the men's and ladies have a bi-monthly meetings also where we get together and we talk about new plants and what the invasive problems are that are coming, or when the walleye will be biting.
Yeah,
all
what's
the
for
important
dinner.
things, that are part of gardening in Michigan. So yeah.
Our men's club goes back to 1932, so we're 90 years old plus, and it's largely a social event any longer, but we obviously accomplish a lot together. I mean, things like this sale are a big deal.
Well, we put on 4 events a year at Summit Meeting Center and have people come in, like people who are involved in beekeeping or involved in other issues. When the oak wilt was first starting to become quite prevalent, we were able to counsel a lot of people, as well as city and county and other organizations, on the fastest and easiest way to help avoid it, and also to get things taken care of, and ended up creating an oak wilt remedy team at the county. So if a tree was hit along the side of the road, so that way we don't end up losing whole groves of oak trees.
Yeah.
You've also contributed to gardens, community gardens throughout the area.
Absolutely, we donate a lot of plants. Yeah. I'll be leaving here, I got to go unload at the fairgrounds, And then I'm going out to the Career Center again to see what we can scare up for vegetables left over from their sale. And many of those get donated to the community gardens around.
I know a lot of our viewers will be happy to hear that because there were people that couldn't make it to the Career Center or that were
We couldn't get it through
they
the
couldn't get
traffic.
in.
Yes.
And so awesome that all those plants will be available
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Yeah, we have some beautiful hanging baskets, a lot of them, and of course all the flats, the things that they would typically have out there. That surplus all goes down to the fairgrounds, and rather than being composted, as I say, we can turn that into money for the scholarship fund. So this really is a real, social event, but it's also a real community service.
Now, what about the gardening tools sharpening? That's something I know you've done. For
Yes, the master gardeners have a gentleman that comes and brings all of his equipment, and he'll sharpen shovels and scissors and anything else you may have, and ask for a donation. There's no set charge, and it's always a real busy event to have him there.
It's the north side of the fairgrounds, or of Keeley Park. People will actually enter from off.
Off North Street?
Yeah, they'll be parking on the north side of North Street in the lot over there, as well as a little bit of limited parking around the building. Now, we'll encourage people to use the parking lot across the street, and as they buy plants, we'll have people to help shuttle them out there to their vehicles.
And I noticed on the slide, bring cash or check. You don't have you won't be able to take cards.
We're not that high tech yet.
Okay. Awesome. Just to step away from the gardening for a second, Steve, I think as many of our viewers know, longtime County Commissioner Rod Waltz passed away recently,
Yes.
creating a vacancy on the Board of Commissioners.
That's correct. And last night, the Board of Commissioners on Tuesday night's meeting interviewed 3 candidates. And of the 3 candidates, Margie Walls has become the county commissioner representing the 2nd District. She was seated last night, participated immediately, was involved in some crucial votes that we had last night, and will be working with the Board of Commissioners going forward in her capacity as commissioner.
Nice. Now, is Margie Walls related to Rod Walls?
Yes, Margie is a sister to Rod and is a registered nurse, retired, grew up in Jackson and Grass Lake, went to high school, Jackson Community College, and has been an adjunct professor out there for the nursing program, and also been involved in administering different hospitals around. So she brings the social aspect of nursing and mass care to the Board of Commissioners, which will be a real asset and a real resource to our group.
Nice. And an honor to Rod, as she's part of the well-respected and well-known Waltz family from Greater Grass Lake.
Yes.
All right, the garden show question that I know you get, I've already had it, and I know nothing about gardening, is it going to have, are we going to have frost again? Is it safe to plant?
There's a discussion that may be even coming as early as tonight. I don't know if that's the case or not. Typically, I think most gardeners in this area consider May 15th a safe date.
Okay.
But it's never safe. You never know. So we always suggest that people hold off, maybe and plant closer to Memorial Day with real tender plants. But beyond that, it's potluck.
Yeah. Well, we've seen snow on some of the flowering trees already, and they seem to survive okay.
Well, we remember having one sale, one of these community garden events on a Saturday, and it was
I
snowing.
remember that.
Yeah, that was not fun.
We've had snow, we've had sun, we've had rain. It's all part of growing plants.
Yeah,
And
it is.
really, the dogwood, the hostas, most of them have come from Jackson yards, so they're already pretty hardy.
Sure, they'll take it.
And they'll take it just fine. And if you do have a concern, you can put a white sheet over them or a light colored sheet and then get it off after the frost is over with and we get back up to 40 degrees.
And the good
They'll
thing
be
about
just
the
fine.
sale is because we can have it at Keeley Park, we're indoors. So even if we get rain, we're in a
Yes, you're
nice
warm and dry
dry
when
building
you're
and
shopping.
everything's under control. So we don't even have to worry about that any longer as we used to do.
Right. And the other big plus too is that we have a cement walkway right down the center of it because we're in that large cow barn.
Yeah.
Well, here's the good news. It's supposed to be nice and warm and sunny on Saturday.
Yeah, it's the last couple of weeks have been absolutely terrific. It's just beautiful weather.
Well, I hope you have a nice turnout, and I know you do every year. It's a great service, and there'll be experts with your gardening questions, so bring those too.
We tell everybody if we don't know an answer, we'll make
one up.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us. Good to see you
You
again.
bet. With the spring garden event representing the men's garden club plus the master gardeners and the women's garden clubs, Mark Snyder and Steve Shotwell.